Froot Loops comes in a lot of colors, so it's easy to think each one tastes different. But guess what? They all taste exactly the same. So how are they made and what are they made of? Stick around, I'll show you the trick behind it. The colorful story behind Froot Loops. You may think cereal is just cereal, but Froot Loops isn't your average breakfast. It's bright, it's sweet, and it's been making mornings more fun since way back in 1962. That's over 60 years of crunchy loops and fruity flavor. Not bad for a cereal that people once thought was just for kids. Now, in case you didn't know, Froot Loops was created by W.K. Kellogg Co., the same company that gave us Corn Flakes and Frosted Flakes. But unlike those plain cereals, Froot Loops was all about color and fun from the very beginning. They wanted something that stood out on the shelf, looked exciting in a bowl, and made breakfast feel like a treat. At first, the cereal only came in red, orange, and yellow. That's right, no green, no blue, no purple, just 3 colors. But over the years, more colors got added to the mix, and even though the colors changed, the flavor didn't. That's the wild part. All Froot Loops taste exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you grab a red one or a green one, you're getting the same fruity flavor with every bite. It's all in your head if you think one color tastes better than the other. Seriously. Now let's talk about the ingredients. Froot Loops are made using corn, wheat, and oats. But these raw materials aren't sourced from just anywhere. No, Kellogg's ensures that these items are gotten fresh from the very best farms. Yep, these guys don't joke with quality. That's how much they love you. Now these grains give the cereal its shape and crunch. Then there's the sugar. Because let's be honest, this cereal is sweet, really sweet. That's what makes it tasty though. Sugar along with fruit flavoring and a bit of salt helps create that signature taste you know and love. What about the color, you ask? Good question. In the past, the bright shades came from artificial food dyes. But in many places now, especially outside the US, Kellogg's uses colors from real fruits and vegetables like carrots, purple sweet potatoes, and even turmeric. That way, you still get the fun colors without all the weird chemicals. Pretty cool, right? Froot Loops even has a mascot. You've probably seen him before. His name is Toucan Sam, and he's been the face of the brand since the very beginning. He's got that big colorful beak, and he's always saying, "Follow your nose." That catchy phrase, it's stuck around for decades. It's all part of what makes Froot Loops so memorable. Over the years, Froot Loops has been more than just a cereal. It's shown up in pop culture, had limited edition boxes, turned into snacks, and even made its way into ice cream and donuts. It's one of those cereals that never really fades away. Kids eat it, adults sneak it, some people even collect the old boxes. It's basically a sugary icon at this point. But enough of the history lesson, it's time to see how they're actually made. From grains to loops, the making process. First, it all starts with grains. We're talking about corn, wheat, and oats. These grains get delivered to the cereal factory in massive trucks. Like we're talking mountain-sized piles of grains. They don't just pour in straight into a cereal box, of course. The grains need to be cleaned, sorted, and milled. Milling means they grind everything down into a superfine flour. Think of it like turning whole grains into cereal dust. Now here's where it gets interesting. That flour goes into a giant mixer. In that mixer, they add sugar, salt, and natural fruit flavorings. It becomes the sticky, doughy mash that smells like candy. Seriously, if you were in the factory, you'd probably try to sneak a taste. But don't, it's not cereal yet, not even close. After the mash is mixed, it goes into a big machine called an extruder. This is where the magic happens. The extruder takes that warm cereal dough and pushes it through a shaped opening. In the case of Froot Loops, that opening is shaped like a ring. So when the dough comes out the other end, it's already in that classic loop shape you know and love. But we're not done yet. Those fresh loops are soft and kind of sticky. To make them crunchy, they get baked in a super hot oven. This part is called toasting. Toasting makes them puff up a little and gives them that perfect crunch when you bite down. It also helps lock in the flavor. But hey, Froot Loops will never be cool if they were just bland. Because I mean, they need some color, don't they? Now remember how we said the flavor is the same for every color? Well, this is where they add those colors. And we'll be talking about it next. Adding the colors and flavors. So the loops have been formed and toasted, and this is where things start to get fun. You may think the colors and flavors are random, but there's a whole science behind it. At this stage, those plain golden rings go from boring to bold. And in case you didn't know, the flavors and colors are added separately. That means the flavor doesn't come from the color at all. Yep, even though the red one may look like cherry or the green one seems like lime, they all taste exactly the same. That fruity flavor is just one special mix. Now let's talk about how the fruity flavor actually works. The secret lies in a blend of natural citrus oils and fruit-like flavors. Companies use flavor chemists, also called flavorists, who create the exact fruity scent and taste you recognize. They mix different citrusy notes like orange, lemon, and lime, even though there's no actual fruit in the cereal. It's more like a party trick for your tongue. You may think it tastes like several fruits at once, but it's really just a custom combo designed to make your brain think fruit explosion. The colors come next, and this part is like an art class mixed with a science lab. The loops are tossed in giant drums that spin fast, kinda like a lottery machine. While they tumble around, they get sprayed with color solutions. In many places, especially in Europe and parts of Asia, those colors come from natural stuff like beetroot, carrot, and turmeric. Yes, the same vegetables you may not want to eat at dinner are what give Froot Loops their bright colors. In the UK, for example, Kellogg's used paprika extract for orange, spirulina for blue-green, and blackcurrant concentrate for purple. However, in the United States, things work a little differently. Some of the colors still come from artificial dyes like red 40, blue 1, and yellow 6. These synthetic colors have been used for decades, and while they look good and last long, some people worry about health issues linked to them. That's why Kellogg's and other companies have been slowly trying to switch to more natural options, especially for kids' cereals. But here's something else you probably didn't know. The flavor coating isn't just sprayed on, it's mixed with a sweet syrup made of sugar and a little bit of oil or glaze. This syrup helps the flavor stick to the loops while giving them that shiny look. So when you pick up a Froot Loop and feel that smooth surface, that's the sugary glaze holding all the flavor and color in place. So next time you see those rainbow-colored rings in your bowl, remember, they got their look and flavor from science, fruit extracts, maybe a little carrot, and a whole lot of sugary magic. They may not be healthy, but hey, they sure are fun. Speaking of fun, we're getting really close to having those boxes of Froot Loops on your supermarket shelf. But that'll never be possible without proper packaging. But don't think this process is as straightforward as dumping the loops in a box. Stick around to find out how it's done. Packaging and distribution. Now that the loops are colorful, crunchy, and coated in fruity flavor, it's time for them to leave the factory floor and get ready for the world. But the journey is far from over. The loops have to cool down completely because even a little leftover heat could mess up the flavor or cause condensation inside the package. That means soggy loops before they even hit the shelf. And trust me, nobody wants a box of soggy loops. To stop this from happening, the loops are sent through a big cooling tunnel with fans that blow cold air to get them to the perfect temperature. Once cooled, the cereal moves down long conveyor belts toward the packaging area. This part of the factory is super busy and moves fast. Machines weigh the right amount of cereal for each box. If there's too much cereal, then it won't fit. And if it's too little, you can bet your last loop that people will complain. So the machines have to be perfect. Once the weight is right, the loops drop into a plastic liner. That liner is what keeps the cereal fresh and crunchy. Without it, the loops would get soft or stale really fast. Then comes the final part. The liner gets sealed and tucked into the cardboard box that you see in stores. But the boxes aren't just for show. They're made from strong cardboard to protect the loops from getting crushed. And yes, the artwork on the box matters too. That colorful toucan Sam on the front, he's there to grab your attention and make you want to eat cereal, even if you weren't hungry before. The back of the box usually has games, puzzles, or fun facts to keep kids busy while eating. It's all part of the plan. But wait, there's more. These boxes don't just sit around waiting to be picked up. They go straight into bigger boxes called cartons. Each carton can hold a dozen or more cereal boxes. Then forklifts load them onto giant pallets. A single pallet can carry hundreds of cereal boxes. From there, trucks, trains, and even ships carry those pallets to grocery stores around the world. That's right, Froot Loops are sold in over 100 countries, so your box could travel thousands of miles before it reaches your kitchen. However, before any of those boxes leave the factory, there's one final check: quality control. Workers open random boxes, weigh them, test the loops, and make sure everything looks, smells, and tastes right. If something's wrong, they shut things down to fix the problem, because even one bad batch could ruin the whole day. So when you see that box of Froot Loops on the store shelf, remember, it's been on quite the journey. From the factory, through the cooling tunnel, down the belt, into the box, onto the truck, and finally into your shopping cart. All that just so you can pour it into a bowl and enjoy a colorful bite of sugary crunch in the morning. Or at night, or whenever cereal calls your name. So now you know, all Froot Loops taste the same no matter the color, but what did you think about how they're made? Did anything surprise you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, click to subscribe.